This is Jonathan with TriFitRacing.com. I've gotten some questions recently about my travel case I use for my different bikes, and I figured the easiest way to do it might be to just show you what's in the bag, so to speak. So I've been using this for 2 seasons, not quite 2 years. It's the Aerus Biospeed travel case. It's a soft case, which certainly is different than the norm. Most of the times when I see other travelers with bicycles, they have those huge, hard travel cases. You know, I haven't used anything but this. I can only tell you what's worked for me, and I've been nothing but pleased with it. So rather than spend 20 minutes showing you how to break the bike down, I'm going to kind of do it in reverse order, show you what's in the bag, and then I'll kind of just quickly tell you what I took off, right? I'm not necessarily, if you need help on how to remove your seat post, email me, and we'll do that as a follow-up. Otherwise, we'll just show you what's in the bag, so to speak. So I just recently got back from a trip, got there and back, no problems. As you see, size is always a concern of what will fit in the case. So I ride a Madone. It's a 58 centimeter, so it's a fairly large frame. Fits in there, no problems. The Trek TTX, again, medium size, I think, fits in there, no problem. Now in the bag is the Trek Superfly 100. It's a 2.9er. It is pushing the max capacity to the bag. And the best example is this right here is the top of the stem. So you figure the fork to the stem, whatever that length is, not another inch will fit in this bag. So depending upon what size you're riding, I think that would be maybe the ultimate limitation is if you were on a extra large size frame, you want to do some measurements before you jump into it. So let's see what's in here. I always just kind of zip it on one end, but I feel like no matter what, TSA always looks in the bag regardless. So this is kind of how I do it, right? All right, so the loose bits, let's hit those first, that might be easy. I take off my seat, I put a piece of black duct tape so it marks exactly the height, so when I insert it, I know right where it's going, quick and easy. On my mountain bike, I take off the rotors. I haven't had any problems, but certainly everything I've read says that these are subject to getting bent really easy. I have center locks, so certainly it's a lot easier versus me trying to get out, you know, six individual bolts. Pedals, got to take the pedals off. Again, another quick and easy, and the skewers. So I got it down to 3 Allen wrenches. I put in my special little travel bag here, and it's all ready to go for me when I get to the other end. Now, I can certainly insert these into the bag itself because there's 2 side pockets, but what I'm concerned about is keeping the weight down. This is by far under the 50-pound requirement. I think this weighed in at 33 pounds with the mountain bike in there, but you know, I just want to keep it as light as possible, eliminate as many questions as possible. So I put these in my clothing bag. All right, so I just have some extra foam blocks that I just put in there. I normally put them over the seat mask. Again, it's more for insurance and my peace of mind, so to speak. The bubble wrap, two folds. I think it protects the bike, anything that's going to be banging around inside. But then also, if somebody opens the bag to take a quick look, everything's wrapped up. So again, it's their discretion on how far they want to go in the process of inspecting my bag, but it does help maybe eliminate some prying eyes. And then I just store all this loose stuff in the bag when it's not in use. Certainly their website, it had tips from the pro, and that's where I got some of this, and then I just built off of it from there. I went to Home Depot, just got foam insulation, cut it up out of the plumbing department. So I got a couple of sticks of it, and then I just cover any little piece that I can come up with. right? Chain stays, the down tubes. I put it over the grips where it might be setting on the frame, setting on the chain stay, so it's foam on foam. Everything's there. I take the rear derailleur, stick it in the bag, that's per their instructions. Pedals off, right, we already covered that. Seats out. I take the handlebar. In this case, I found when I took the handlebar off, it was easier to invert it to keep the cables kind of slack without putting a huge crimp in them. The blue pad simply clips on, came with the bag. My disc brakes I felt were kind of on the edge, so I just covered those with some foam as well. It zips on with the strap, so it's locked onto the base. I do take zip ties. I put it on my chain on the large ring, right, because you don't want the teeth cutting into the foam or anything inside the bag. And then I zip tie the chain, top and bottom, to make sure it stays on there. But I don't do that until after I've dismounted the rear derailleur, because otherwise there's not enough slack in it to flip it up on the side there. Tires, I stuff them right in, no problem. I definitely air them down quite a bit. These actually have my sealant inside of them. Wasn't a problem traveling. I take the skewers out, the disc is off. The one trick that I do is I put a piece of foam right here. In the beginning I didn't, and then I left, there's a pad, and it left like an indent. So I felt that an extra piece of foam, and then I put the cassette on the outside, so that way it's not going to get damaged from other bags, but then it's more protective to my frame on the internal. And then here's the pocket that I was talking about if you want to put your accessories. And if I was driving, then yeah, absolutely. But again, I just want to keep the weight down, right? It just gives me a little bit more level of comfort. Front tire comes out. Now keep in mind that these are 29-inch tires, barely fit in the pocket. So if you're running with an extra large frame 2.9er, you want to probably take some measurements. But otherwise, the road bike and the tri-bike slip right in here. No problems at all. You take a quick look. I feel like that's pretty much it. The easiest way to assemble and break it down with the bag is what I do. I guess I take the pedals off first, right? So that way I can stand on, the tires are still on. I do the handlebar next. I get that secured on the frame, because a lot of times I'm in a hotel room doing this. I don't have my garage, my bike stand. Then I take the tires off last, so then I'm only holding the frame. I can set the frame right in. And then I can get my zip ties, secure it to the bag, and I'm set. And then the reverse order. So the first thing I'll do is I'll get the rear derailleur while it's sitting in the bag on. I'll lift it out, put the tires, then I'll work on the bars and the pedals, cut off the zip ties, it's ready to roll. If you got any questions, find me at trifitracing.com, shoot me an email. If you've used the bag and you've tried something different, let me know. This is what's worked for me. I'm always open to suggestions. And then if you have any questions, I'll be glad to answer them. Thank you.